Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Tales of the Town. Today I have on Scott, and he is here to tell us a story today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to, there's a lot of stories. I think that everyone you've interviewed has a lot that we can share when you start reflecting back on your journey. And as you know, um, I have written a soon to be published book, which in and of itself has been incredibly therapeutic. Like the whole process of writing it has felt therapeutic for me and has provided me the opportunity to reflect on my self growth journey, what I've discovered about myself over recent years, and things that have just, I think, brought out the best in me. And really, kind of the like when you start thinking about it, like all the magic that has taken place, how it's all unfolded to get me to this place. Like all the tiny little events that seem insignificant in the moment all contributed, kind of like a domino effect to get me where I'm at. And I think
Mhm.
a good example of that would be we just had Halloween and I went as the Tooth Fairy. I mean, that was a huge step. But it's not a huge step out of my comfort zone anymore. It would have been a huge step outside of my comfort zone in the past. And like I found myself at Spirit Halloween going through all the costumes. I wanted something like show off my muscles, like sleeveless, something
Yeah.
that's gonna go along that line. So like there's the traditional policeman, firefighter, a
Mhm.
mobster. I'm like, you know what? There's probably like toga. There's gonna be a bunch of other guys wearing the same type of thing there. Just it's ordinary.
Mhm.
And then I saw the Tooth Fairy costume. I'm like, that's me. Like I was excited to wear this Tooth Fairy costume and like proud to wear it. Like I just couldn't wait to get there, and like it sparked a whole bunch of conversations.
Yeah.
People couldn't wait to come up to me, take pictures, and it really got me engaging with people that otherwise, like if I didn't wear something that was so out there, I guess it wouldn't have the night wouldn't have been the way it
Yeah.
was. And then afterwards, I was talking with my mom, who's like my biggest supporter in the world, and she's like, Scott, like I can't believe this is you. Like you're at these events, being the Tooth Fairy, wearing all these crazy costumes, but knowing that like I've been doing it for a few years here. And she's like you used to be so shy, somewhat introverted. And it got me thinking, like, yeah, and I still am to a degree. There's still a little bit of shyness in me. I wouldn't say I'm too much introverted anymore, to a good degree, but like the domino effect that kind of got me to this place really started with yoga, joining Yoga Hot AF 3 years ago. And that all started as a gift from my kids. It was for my birthday 3 years ago. They had heard me talking about how I wanted to improve my mobility, my flexibility.
Mhm.
I tried yoga in the past. It just wasn't for me. Just give me dumbbells. I just pick things up and put them down. But they knew, I'm like, okay, I've got to start improving my flexibility. So they bought me 10 sessions to Yoga Hot AF thinking it was going to be a good way for me to improve those aspects of my life. And it was a huge step outside my comfort zone to do that. I'm not familiar with it, but like the community immediately made me feel comfortable at home, like a non-judgmental atmosphere. Like 2 weeks into joining the studio, they had an anniversary party, which was a costume party. I'm like, I don't do this thing. I don't know anyone here. What am I doing? And I almost backed out, maybe even going to that event, but I went and I had a blast. And then they kept having these costume parties. Like everything they do is a themed event. And like each time I just kept getting more and more. I'm like, I had to one up the previous costume. I just felt so comfortable. I think in that setting, I think when you're in a setting that you feel comfortable with, where you know you're not going to be judged, where I don't want to say weird or goofy, but just being yourself, like letting your
Yeah.
playful, fun, creative self just be you and let loose and have fun. Like that environment is what got me to this place right now. And it's really like looking back at my kids had no idea when they bought me that gift certificate that not only would I be improving my mobility, flexibility, strength, all the different like doing handstands and all the stuff that I never dreamed I'd be doing, but finding my tribe, like my people who I feel like I belong with, I fit in, that have been like bringing the best out of me. And yeah, I'm still a little bit of shy that's in me, but I feel like this part of me was always in me as well. And it has me reflecting on like, why did I suppress that all these years?
Yeah.
But it's all meant to, like, it all unfolded the way it was meant to unfold. So it's pretty cool.
I have a lot of questions. Okay, number one, can you describe your tooth fairy costume for people listening?
Okay, so it was a little tutu. So white tutu, white tank top with a little tooth in front, wings on the back. I had a little tiara. I had a little wand, and I was like full out flaunting it and just embracing. Like the tooth fairy was in me
Yeah.
through that entire thing.
Okay.
And it's like I'm even still seeing pictures today. It was for a gala, and they're posting pictures from a week ago, and just see me like when I won prize for the cutest costume,
Nice.
which was super cute. I got a little trophy. Um, so they got pictures of me accepting it, and I'm like floating around there. But really, a big part of that, like feeling comfortable, like I feel confident and comfortable in my masculinity. The Rock, I mean, he was in the movie The Tooth Fairy, and just
Yeah.
seeing like there's a lot of examples of men embracing. And so I
Yeah.
like it doesn't have to just be fun, be playful. It's
Yeah.
again
Agree.
like how we hold ourselves back because like societal norms or
So
whatever.
second part of that question is, was that costume intended for men?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Picture of a guy in front of it, like on the cover of it. And it's like, yeah, yeah. So it was made to fit a guy I've never seen. And well, I shouldn't say that. I had because I was looking up other costumes as well. And yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Mhm.
Okay, third question. Um, so you mentioned that like this part of you is probably always there. So how do you think, I know you said yoga was a part of it. What other steps did you take to start unraveling it or bringing it back out?
Yeah, it is. Because again, like I was just going back to the gift of my kids, I'm like, yeah, that's the big catalyst that got me to where I'm at. But it all like you start tracing the steps even further back and like just divorce. Like if I didn't go through the divorce, I probably who knows if my kids would even got me that gift certificate at the time. I likely wouldn't have been embracing the community like I am now because I wanted to put myself out there. So a big
Mhm.
part of the process for me was like after COVID, which I really embraced that time alone to myself. It really was a blessing in disguise for me. It gave me that time to look within, to discover a lot about myself, what brings joy to my life. And then once things opened up, I really made a point of exploring, like, I wanted to support all the small businesses, all the mom and pop cafes, restaurants, little microbreweries. So I'm like, I'm going to get out there. Um, Being single and a lot of my friends, young kids, families, I always didn't always have someone to go out with. So I'm like, I'm going to start going out on my own. And so I started dating myself, which felt uncomfortable. So I started doing a lot of these things. Getting out on my own
Mhm.
made me feel a little uncomfortable at first, but then you start feeling more comfortable with that and going to restaurants. And at first it's like, let me go to a place that's not, it's maybe an event or a festival where everyone's kind of all around, but like then going to like fine dining where everyone's like, it's a couple, it's date night and
Yeah.
everything, and you're there on your own, all dressed up and everything. And yeah, the first like little bit, it's challenging, but then you're like, hell yeah, this is me. I can do it. So little things like that that just kept me attempting things that made me feel uncomfortable, but also got me thinking, you know what? I'm good. Like I'm good on my own and I want to explore more and then solo travel on everything as well. Like so used to taking vacations with whether it's my daughter or friends or family, like, no, I'm gonna do this one on my own. And again, feeling uncomfortable with it all. So it just not, I guess, somewhat intentionally doing these things to make myself feel a little uncomfortable. It's
Yeah.
because I want to do it. Like I want to live my life. There's so many things I want to do and explore. I'm not going to allow things to hold me back.
So you do feel uncomfortable. It is still uncomfortable.
Some of the things I put myself through feel uncomfortable at first. But yeah, like going to restaurants on my own now, not uncomfortable. I just went to Hawaii on my own, not uncomfortable. Mind you, I've made some friends there.
Mhm.
That was my fourth time being to Maui. I knew I was going to be going to see some people, but I still, on my birthday, I dined on my own, had a great conversation with the waitress there who she knew. She's like, oh, you like solo travel? I'm like, yeah. So it sparks like great conversations with people. And then I found out some great snorkel spots and everything. So um, that trip excited the heck out of me. Dining alone, like I look forward to those things now. And I kind of, because initially when I would dine on my own, I'd bury my phone. I'd be like buried in my phone, wondering what if everyone's looking at me here. Then I was like, I don't want to bring my phone. I want to like soak up my surroundings and really be in this experience. I'd bring my journal as well from time to
Mhm.
time, just write in it. But yeah, yeah. But so those types of things don't make me feel uncomfortable anymore. But I still seek something. Like even dance made me feel uncomfortable when I first started that. So yeah, trying different things, putting myself out there. I didn't feel uncomfortable at all with the Tooth Fairy costume. Like that was, and that's kind of the whole reflection part of it. Like that would have made me feel so uncomfortable in the
Yeah.
past. Yet here I was like fully like excited, like this is what I want. This is me showcasing like who I am and how I've grown over the
Yeah.
years.
I'm hearing a lot of exploration and curiosity. Would you say those 2 themes are kind of what's been driving a lot of this growth for you?
Yeah. Yeah. There is this healthy fascination of where life can take me. And it's kind of because I used to set goals, and goals were like 5-year goals, even 1-year goals based on like what I want to achieve in life, based on what I know right now in this moment. And now I'm just like, it seems like every day, every week. So like opportunities present themselves that I would have never thought of, like that's the direction I want to go. So I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated with what I'm capable of doing, what I'm capable of overcoming. But just fascinated with the journey, like how it just all unfolds. I just don't like to pigeonhole myself. Like I just because I honestly couldn't 6 months ago, I could not have pictured my life the way it is right now. And that fascinates me.
Mhm. What about it, do you think?
What about it?
What do you mean you couldn't picture it?
I couldn't picture myself dancing. That
Okay.
was not my thing. I even 6 months ago, I didn't start writing the book. I didn't have the I wasn't talking with my publisher at that time. So,
Mhm.
and the way that's all like I don't know what's gonna happen from that. Who knows what kind of opportunities are going to the trickle down effect
Mhm.
from all of
Yeah.
that. Um,
Yeah, I do believe goals are a great kind of North Star.
mm,
There's so many things that could happen that you could never ever predict. And to ignore them all just because you have this one North Star
right.
would seem silly.
Yeah, and that's because I used to be very the SMART goal approach. That it's what I taught to my clients, what I did for myself, and see that bigger long term goal and break it down into chunks and everything. Measure my progress as I'm going along. But it's just like the more life is happening to me, the more I'm realizing there's a trajectory. I know direction I want to go with life, but goals, like I see how some goals in the past kind of had it gave me blinders, which is good in some cases. If you have a goal you really want to achieve, like having blinders, having that deadline, breaking it all down, getting excited for achieving that, it's all good stuff. But now I'm just kind of focused on the magic of the day. Just give the best of myself to this moment, be open to all of the opportunities that present themselves, let it unfold the way it's meant to unfold.
There are seasons, right?
Yeah.
Seasons to push, seasons to rest, seasons to just let it happen.
Yeah. I still think that the seasons of letting it happen, it's progress. It's still always moving me in the right direction. I kind of think of it along the lines of just the natural flow of life. It's just me. Like I feel it's about alignment, and I can kind of tell those things. Like when my actions are in alignment with my inner nature and the trajectory I'm aiming for, when the things I'm doing feel congruent with who I am, like my core values and
Mhm.
everything. When all of that's happening, when everything's in alignment, it's like life is taking me on this ride that I'm meant to be on, and I'm less resistant to a lot of that stuff. Where
Mhm.
yeah, before I would be like opportunities would present themselves, and be like yeah, but then you like it's either fear or just so many things that you allow to kind of hold you back, stay comfortable, I guess you could
Yeah.
say.
How do you know when you're in alignment? Or how do you know when something is taking you out of alignment?
Yeah, definitely. I think the taking out of alignment, you feel uncomfortable. I think there's just an uneasiness to it. Um, Sometimes it could be like a pit in the stomach, just like this just doesn't feel right to me. Um, Incongruent with who I am. It's just, yeah, it's just an icky kind of feeling. You're like, that's not me. Something needs to change here. Whereas like when things are in alignment, it's just ease. It's you feel that joy, you feel that spark, like everything just seems to happen naturally, like effortlessly, and it's fun. It just, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I love this energy about you, and I think it might be a little bit of a silly question because I know the answer. Are you excited for what's next in the future?
I'm I'm stoked. Like and it's such a great place to be at, and like to
Yeah.
be this excited and having no clue, like because I don't know what's happening, what's going to happen next, but seeing how things just keep happening, it's like, yeah, like what is next? But at the same time, embracing the moment that I'm
Enjoying the
in right
present,
now, like
yeah.
how awesome that we're having this conversation
Yeah.
right now. Everything that brought us together. And like even as I saw you share a story yesterday or the day before, the cards that you got,
Mhm.
Christy, who I think I just met her like the day before I saw you, and she shared a video of
Oh,
those cards too.
really?
I met her at the cafe, and like all these different, it's like, oh, I'm like, it's just, it's wild. It's really wild when you're open to it. But I think like so many people, they don't see like what's right in front of their face. They don't see the magic that's unfolding
Mhm.
in front of them, and they don't take advantage of those opportunities. And
Mhm.
see, I mean, it's to sit back in awe of, I mean, the moment that we're in right now and everything that
Yeah.
brought us here. I think it's
The fact that this is, like, our second recording.
and it worked out so well. I'm looking at the skies now because it wasn't supposed to be windy the last time we recorded this here,
Yeah.
and it wasn't supposed to be windy today. Like luckily the wind's been good, but looking at the sky, it's not supposed to rain. I'm like, if it rains on us and gets windy the second
We'll be fine.
yeah, and again, all of it, yeah, I am super excited for what's going to happen next.
So, we do know that you are working on a book, and it will likely be published very soon.
Yes,
Very soon.
very soon.
Is there anything else that you are working on?
That's been
I mean, that's the main thing. You still
that's
have your
been my main
coaching.
yeah. So the coaching, the fitness coaching business, still going strongly. Trying to juggle all of that has been because the book I'm writing two books. So this one is about my self growth journey and how to create joy, a life of joy, peace, and freedom. The other one is a fitness book. So the two going in together, that'll be like after this book is finished, completed, before it's even published, I will already be trying to complete the fitness book as well. So those two books will be published back to back pretty much while still working on the business, my fitness coaching business, which is it's fun. It doesn't even
Yeah.
seem like work to me. So growing that, growing the YouTube channel, travel retreats, those are the things like kind of more connection is what I'm looking for with the business, tying in because I definitely have the travel bug right now and
Mhm.
just want to keep exploring the world. And my clients are all around the world. So every time I go on an adventure, I tend to meet up with them, get in a
Awesome.
workout. So tying that in together, as well as like getting a group of my clients together because we're all similar. I tend to attract clients who are very similar to me, philosophical, spiritual, and want to get jacked at the same time. So we have a lot to share and to grow together. I learn just as much from my clients as they learn from me. So being in a retreat type setting, I think makes sense. I've done one on a cruise before, which was a blast. I think the paparazzi are coming. Yeah, so more along those lines and more writing. I do find like this is not a one off or two off thing here. I think I was meant to write these books that I'm writing right now, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to come
Yeah.
next from that.
This is a self-serving question. Are you addicted to social media?
No, I
How
wouldn't
do you
say
manage that?
post and leave kind of thing. Like I do, there is there's moments like I recognize that like I have to be responsible with social media because it's a part of my business. It's how I attract
Mhm.
most of my clients. I'd say like 95% of my clients come from YouTube, which is the easiest social media to kind of be
Disconnect
responsible.
from.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Instagram and Facebook, you do kind of like, you write a post where like, this is going to resonate with people. You just know it. And you want to keep checking, like, do people like it? And all that kind of stuff. There is that. So it's that learning process of like, you've got to set it aside. And there's times like, especially when like writing these 2 books, I've got to be focused. I can't be, so that's a part of my business. I know I need to attract more clients. So write a post. I can't be thinking about that post and writing my books at the same time. So my phone is off and it's in a drawer in my bedroom. So I'm like not even tempted to touch that. But I'm getting better with it because I do think like I love social media. It's allowed me the opportunity to connect with a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of being responsible with it. And I mean, tying in dating apps and all that kind of stuff too. It's very easy to be glued to your phone, and I don't want to be like that. So knowing, I think that's been the part, like even through my fitness journey, my body transformation, getting to that point where like I don't want to feel full anymore. So I kind of liken social media to that feeling of if I'm finding I'm addicted to it, I'm scrolling and all, like that's me being full. That's me eating more than I should. I'm no longer hungry, push it aside. So with my nutrition and maintaining my weight and everything, learning to like, that's good. I want to avoid that pain of overconsumption. And it feels so great to just consume to that point of satisfaction. So it's very similar. It feels great to go into social media, share something that you hope, well, even if it doesn't resonate with anyone else, it's usually therapeutic for myself to just get my thoughts out there anyway. So in part, I'm doing it for me. But if it helps someone else, that's fantastic as well. But to do it and then just set it aside and focus on other things that I don't want to be distracted from what matters most in life. I don't want, as much as I love social media, I want to make sure I'm living my life to the fullest. I think the big thing for
I was just going to say, I think that is the key, is finding the thing that matters more.
Exactly. And that was like, I had a little bit of a health scare when I came back from Hawaii in February, where I found a little lump on my chest, and I figured it was just fatty tissue, but like I literally just talked. While I was on vacation, someone said their brother had breast cancer. I'm like, that's weird. I never heard of guys having breast cancer. I get home, I see this lump on my chest, and made an appointment with my doctor. And so I had to wait 2 weeks to get into him. And during that 2 weeks time, I'm like if this is it, I don't want to spend my life scrolling through my phone. I want to live my life to what matters most to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So if people are loving this conversation, they want to get on your list, find out about your book, where can they find you?
Just look me up, Scott Tousignant, on Instagram and Facebook. If you're interested in the fitness aspect, Lose Fat, Get Jacked on YouTube is where I share. Not just if I'm starting to incorporate more of the self-growth journey stuff as well on the YouTube channel. But yeah, mostly like Instagram and YouTube is where I share my unfiltered thoughts. Whatever's in my head is going to get dumped out there. And yeah, that's where I share a lot about the books and my writing as well.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, thanks for having this fun conversation, Tina. I love it.
Thank you for being on the podcast today, Scott.
I appreciate it.